You mean to tell me that they're going to take Rings of Power poster covers and put them on Lord of the Rings trilogy books? No. They can't be. They can't be. They're going to put second age posters on third age books? This can't be happening. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Fatal J. Back like I left something, and I'm glad you're here. Yes, I'm glad you're here. And you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm going to explain to you how Amazon is going to take Rings of Power posters and put them on Lords of the Rings trilogy books. That's talking about Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King books. They're going to put the poster covers on those joints. I'm going to speak about that travesty, but before we get into that, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell. Because every time you hit that notification bell, it makes your boy Fatal J feel oh so good and oh so swell. And also, this is very, very, very important. What you must do is watch this video all the way to the end, because YouTube will bring more people who need to know about this Amazon just destroying the fandom, just destroying Tolkien's work. And it's going to bring more people in and bring in more awareness, and it's going to help me out. And I really appreciate that. Also, two more things that's going to help me out. The memberships. Fatal J memberships are open, and when you join Fatal J memberships, you're going to get some exclusive stuff like behind the scene things, and you're going to get Fatal J shorts, cool little animated stuff only you will see. It's extra dope. It's really dope. You should check it out. Also, join that Ninja Patreon, that Fatal J Ninja Patreon, where you will get the same exact perks. And also, what's coming real soon? I have a dope artist out there that made Ninja Backlash for me. He's absolutely dope, an anime manga artist. And I'm thinking about some Lord of the Rings, some Tolkien type original posters that I'm going to send out to everyone just for being members, for being subscribers. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to subscribe and watch my videos all the way to the end. Make sure to join those memberships. Now let's get into the video. Yeah. So I found this out. I was watching my boy George the Giant Slayer, and he pointed this out on onering.com, onering.net. I forgot which one. I think it's onering.net. And they was talking about how they're going to do a new promotion for Rings of Power, and they're going to put out some Lord of the Rings trilogy books. And they came out with this big, gigantic idea to where they were going to promote the book by putting out the Rings of Power posters. Now, this is the thing about the posters. The posters are generic. The posters are lame. And for me, it's anti-Tolkien. It's more of a George R.R. Martin type thing. The posters have a Game of Thrones feel to it. And that's what people have been saying all along. That's what I've been reading on the blogs and the articles, that they want Lord of the Rings to be a Game of Thrones type show. Why? Game of Thrones is the spiritual son or daughter of the Tolkien world, man. So why the freak is you doing that? That's terrible. That's horrible. This show, I truly believe, is going to be a gigantic disaster. I will say for the season one, you're going to have a whole bunch of people out there that's going to watch the show out of curiosity. I'm one of the people out there that know that I'm going to despise this show, because it's been said that there's going to be so many new characters that they created. I don't get that. It is literally thousands of characters that you can use from the Tolkien lore, and they choose to create their own characters. But I know the reason why they do this. I know why the reason they do. The same thing happened in Star Wars. Star Wars could have used so many characters from Legends, but they chose to use their own so they can maximize their profits when it comes to selling merchandise with their own characters, instead of splitting the profits with the Token Estate or anybody else who owns secret ownings of that character. And that's why they create these things. But it's all about the greed and all about the money. You're going to ruin something so beautiful as Tolkien's masterpieces. You're going to just put graffiti on his books. Tolkien would not have agreed with this, man. I truly believe that in my heart. And they waited till Christopher Tolkien died to start doing this stuff. But let's check out this article right here, man. This article is going to blow your mind. It's going to trip you out. And it's going to show you what they have up their sleeves. And I will say this, Amazon, you have reached a complete low. It has reached so much of a complete low that even the person who made this article said, I do not like these covers. Let's get into it right here. This is what the article had to say. The article says, HarperCollins and Folio Society Publishing new editions of The Lord of the Rings. Let's get into it. Rings of Power series tie-in covers. First, HarperCollins, through its subsidiary William Morrow Paperbacks, is set to release a Ring of Power series tie-in edition. The new covers for Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King will each show images out of the promotional poster series that we first saw in February. Props to you, I'm leaning on RLOTR for finding these covers. So this person is shouting out somebody on Reddit. Reddit is where everybody get their exclusives. Reddit is one of the most craziest places, but I love it. And they're getting ready to promote again this series, and they thinking that they're going to promote it by putting the posters on the books, and it just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense to put a second age poster on a third age book. Tolkien would look at you guys crazy. Let's get into it. Tie-in covers for The Lord of the Rings are, of course, not new. Houghton Mifflin released movie tie-in versions featuring imagery from Peter Jackson films for both hardcover and softcover in September 2001. If our ancient scrapbook is plain nice and you want to look at some ancient history, you can check these out here. Now, I'm showing you guys right now what they're talking about. Now, those was actually okay, and I'm going to tell you why they was okay. Because it has to actually do with the book. It is a pure adaptation of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's why they took the movie stills and put it on as a cover. It just, come on, you can't make that connection. You just can't make that connection. And I know they're going to try to throw us off by putting the Sauron on there. And yes, Sauron was in the Second Age, but he wasn't like that. He wasn't like that. He wasn't on that level, you know? Let's continue. And it says right here, aside, I don't love those as covers, honestly. I'm not convinced that they're good imagery for this purpose. That is, the image don't really accord with the thematic thrust of each individual title, and it's a bit of a stretch to make an association between image and content. Now, the guy that's writing this, even he agrees that these covers do not go with the freaking books. It just doesn't make sense. And this just shows you Amazon is desperate. You as a fan is doing an absolute great job when it comes to making this big gigantic company as Amazon scared. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to Amazon, I'm a freaking fan. I'm an Amazon Prime person, okay? And it amazes me how they ship this stuff. But to mess with Tolkien, to mess with a hardcore Token fan, talking about the purists. They are even out there now, and I guarantee you it's coming. Articles are coming out now talking about people who love the books, who just want to see it be respected as Peter Jackson did. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Peter Jackson is probably the closest you will ever get to perfect when it comes to the Tolkien Middle-earth lore. Period, point blank. Because these guys here, they're going to trash whatever Tolkien legacy he had. They're going to trash it just to make that money. Yes, I understand each episode is going to be 56 million or something along those lines. But that doesn't matter because all of this is going to be a polished turd. It's just going to be a polished turd. You guys let me know, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about them putting a poster art on the freaking books? Is it okay? Will you buy a book? Or you're going to say, freak that, and you're going to stick with your original editions. You're going to stick with your Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy cover books. You guys let me know. This stuff is crazy, man. I can't believe they reached a low like that to just make some extra cash. I can't believe it. You guys make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell. Because when you hit that notification bell, it makes your boy Fatal J feel oh so good and oh so swell. Make sure to join that membership. Make sure to join that Patreon. And I'm out of here. Ninja Vanish.